So here we are. Took about 30 minutes, which is a little bit longer than I thought it would, but I guess there's at some point declining returns, you know. Takes the same amount of time, no matter how much, you know, there is just to walk through and weed whack. Whether you're knocking down 3 or 6 blades of grass with each swing. But I mean, 30 minutes, if that's every 2 to 4 weeks, we'll have to see what exactly that's gonna work out to be. I'm optimistic that it'll be closer to 4 weeks, and if that's the case, I mean, that won't be bad at all. As we recall, last year, this was, man, I mean, starting in May, this was weekly, and this was with the saw wheel, and this was out of control rapidly. This is already a lot better. You can see, as I pointed out that first part of the video, you know, that Virginia creeper is taking hold. It's not everywhere, but it's doing a pretty good job. I still got to come through and clear some of these dead paradise trees and a couple live ones still. Next time I'll bring the chainsaw, but I'll kind of just do a quick walkthrough. All these were reset last year. And they've continued to whiten, if anything. The only one really remaining here is this one. This is going to be a project to rebuild this wall and reset Mr. Jacob Jones. I think his name is, yeah, Jacob Jones. His marker has certainly gotten a lot wider, 1857. There's our Revoir soldier. Pan out to the rest of the cemetery from this angle. You can kind of see that, I mean, that undergrowth is pretty thick. I mean, it's probably 65-70%. You can see there's some spots that I missed, you know, but you know, I'm not getting paid to do this. The goal really is just to kind of keep the growth down and hopefully kind of experimentally see, you know, will this creeper kind of take hold and take over this whole plot? And if that's the case, I mean, if we kind of keep encouraging it to grow and grow and grow, at some point it will hopefully own the whole thing. And if that's the case, you're just going to kind of be whacking individual shoots. And I mean, that'll take less and less time each time. Here's our War of 1812 soldier right here. You know, and again, we reset some or all of these markers and footstones. The Onis. War soldier. I mean, Civil War soldier, I'm sorry. Still have quite a bit of dirt that's needed right here. You can see the hole there. Pretty significant depression up there. We'll see. You know, there's a lot of things that I'd love to do. I brought a ton of dirt. As I have videos, I don't know if I posted them up there or not. Brought a ton of dirt here, and it's just you know, if I had a bunch of people or a bunch of trucks, a tractor or something like that to bring a whole bunch, you know, we could make some progress. But you know, bringing it in by the bucketfuls, it's just when there's other plots that we're working on, and it's just not it's not high on the priority list. So we'll just let the creeper do its thing and kind of continue to see. Some of these markers, those over there, could use another spray just to see if that brown will continue to kind of, that clay will continue to kind of lighten. Not sure it will. I mean, that red clay is awful. You can see on this one here too that we'd lifted it up where it had been sunken before. And I mean, there's also some stuff here that some of these sunken markers would be nice to lift, if only just so they'd be more visible, just so that in the future they don't get lost again so readily. We'll see if that happens. Other one-day projects. The Bedford ROTC was involved. I'm not sure if they're still involved or still have interest in being involved. If they do, that's something that they could certainly join in on. But my priority was just the major resets and the restoration. And I mean, I'll continue to kind of maintain the plot to the extent that it's a half hour a month for the 6 months out of the year. It's not a major investment when you drive up to Walmart or Lowe's right over there, pretty routinely. So it's a pretty interesting plot. There's a lot of history. We hope to kind of write a little something about some of the stuff we've learned in doing the research. And like I said, we've kind of turned it into almost an experimental plot with this ground cover. I was very skeptical about what this was going to look like, and it's really surprised me how quickly the creeper and whatever other ground covers there are has kind of taken a hold and crowded out some of the other stuff. I mean, this thing was completely overgrown with berries, wild berries. There's thorny plants, and they're kind of gone. There's still some here and there trying to poke up. I mean, that's what this is stuff. This right here is the wild raspberries, but they were everywhere. They were completely everywhere. And we've gone from an impassable cemetery to a completely clear cemetery. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how this continues. And, we're kind of getting into the peak growing season now, and, about to enter May, and we're at, 2 inches of height. You can't ask for better than that. So, like I said, next time I'll come through here with a chainsaw, nip off all these things. I'm hoping to speak to the gentleman who lives here. He's been very friendly, and I'd love to really nip all those. The RTC, when they were here, they put these little blue flags on all those paradise trees. Most of those they're actually on the other side of the fence. I didn't mess with those. I wanted to ask him to make sure it would be okay to slash them and spray them and try to kill them. Obviously they're growing right on that wall. If they're allowed to, those trees in 10 years will be 30 feet tall, and they'll be, destroying that wall. So I'd love to take them down. I guess that's the same problem with these trees here, but at least these are ornamental trees of some sort. Those are literally drunk trees. We can control something. Try to control the junk. So love to nip all those out also. Then, like I said, the big project left here is that rock wall, and I don't know if we'll get to that this year or not. a real big endeavor. A fun one for sure, but a major endeavor. And we have already begun another mid-1800s plot that is significantly smaller than this one, but it's gonna require a lot of marker repairs and resets. So this one was interesting. As I'm looking around here, we really didn't have to do a whole lot of repairs. There might have been 1 or 2 footstones that were broken, and I repaired those, but as we look around, most of these markers were intact, which is pretty fortuitous. They had to be reset, and unfortunately we never did find the top of Gertrude's, but the plot that we're going to be working on, the Rucker Cemetery, has I don't know, at least half the markers that we've observed are snapped, out of sockets. So there's going to be quite a bit of work involved there. So I don't know that we're going to have time to get to this summer, in addition to wrapping up the Scott Cemetery, working on the Thaxton Cemetery. So a whole bunch of stuff going on. But we will continue to keep up the maintenance on this one and provide updates and see how it evolves. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.